habitat that pollinators need to survive is shrinking. Pollinators are really important. Plants need animals to move pollen between flowers so that they can then produce seeds, fruit, nuts, berries, all the things that we might eat and that wildlife might eat as well. Native vegetation is being replaced by non-native plants, roadways, gardens. So pollinators are losing food sources, they're losing places to nest and places to spend the winter. Things that we can do right at home is to choose native plants in our garden or on our balcony. Native plants are the building blocks to all of our ecosystems and are essential for pollinators, including butterflies, bees, and other insects. You can create that habitat yourself at home, like I've done here, by choosing native plants for your garden. Native plants are much more likely to thrive in your local climate conditions, local soil conditions, and they support biodiversity as well. Not only are native plants essential for pollinators, they're also great for you. They tend to need less care, they don't need as much water. Many native plants are perennial, which means that they survive year on year on year, so you can save money and effort. Wherever you find yourself in Canada, there will be a whole population of native plants to choose from, some of which might be great in your yard. Get to know the plants growing locally, check if they're native or non-native to your area, and then find a reputable native plant nursery that stocks those plants. Here in southern Ontario, some of my favourite plants that work really well in a garden setting include prairie smoke. This is a wonderfully drought-tolerant plant that flowers really early in the spring. In a shade garden, wild ginger and zigzag goldenrod are really great selections. They're really well-behaved plants that have really neat flowers and really interesting foliage. If you have a wetter garden, then things like blue flag iris are really great aquatic plants that produce these beautiful big blue flowers kind of halfway through the summer. If you have a small space, even a balcony, then you can still choose some native plants for that setting. There's many native plants that are actually quite happy in pots on a balcony, and you can still be supporting pollinators and other beneficial wildlife. One of my favourites is harebell. This is a really drought-tolerant plant with lovely bluebell-shaped flowers. Another one is hairy beard tongue. This again is quite drought-tolerant and has kind of lilac, pale blue flowers. If you're interested in ornamental grasses, a great native choice is little blue stem. You'll need a pot that's quite deep for that because it is a prairie grass that has fairly long root systems. These species are fairly widespread and you could grow them in many parts of Canada. You can help pollinators year-round by leaving leaves and plant stems. These provide really safe places for many of our pollinators to spend the winter. Give power to the pollinators and allow nature to thrive through this simple, small act of conservation. Imagine if thousands of people across the country followed suit. Together, our collective small-scale actions can make a big difference for nature.